Hi everyone, my talk today is about the Arabic Learner Corpus and its potential uses. The aim of the corpus is to create a data source for use in research on Arabic language learning and teaching, and some relevant domains such as natural language processing. Before focusing on the corpus uses, I'll talk about its design and content, annotation, then its uses before concluding with the future work. Let's start with the corpus design and content. The contributors are learners of Arabic in Saudi Arabia. The corpus covers two types of learners, native Arabic speakers and non-native Arabic speakers. Both are males in pre-university level. Their ages range from 16 to 28. The native speakers are secondary school students and learning Arabic as a part of their curriculum. The non-native speakers have many different backgrounds. They are learning Arabic as a second language at institutions of teaching Arabic in Saudi Arabia in order to continue their studies at Saudi universities. The materials included in the corpus are narrative and discussion written essays. The narrative were written about vacation trips, while the discussion were written about study interests. Currently, the corpus comprises of more than 31,000 words, 215 written essays, produced by 92 students from 24 nationalities and 26 different first languages. This table shows more details about the two groups of learners. And it can be seen here, although the numbers of native and non-native learners are not equal, there is a balance in numbers of words they produced. Also, there is a balance in terms of text genre between narrative and discussion. But most of the learners' production was in class, and they rarely used references in their writing like dictionaries, grammar books, etc. In addition, the majority of learners preferred to write by hand. So all these handwritten papers had to be transcribed manually into a computerized format. Then the entire corpus has been stored in database alongside with the metadata of each learner and text. The database was programmed to produce 5 types of non-annotated files as following: text files with no header, text files with Arabic header, text files with English header, XML files with Arabic header, and XML files with English header. All these files are available for download from the Corpus website, which can be accessed from this link here. As for annotation, in order to annotate such a raw text file, it's firstly segmented based on its morphological tokens. With the segmentation process, the text is tagged for structural features like document ID, title, paragraphs, numbers, etc. Then the text is lemmatized by adding the head word of each token. Also, the tokens are tagged for part of speech using Sawal has tagged it Salma. Grammatical functions like subject, object, acceptive, etc. are tagged using Docs tagset for the Quranic corpus. The final step is to annotate errors using the error tagset we developed for the Arabic Learner Corpus. With tagging error, the incorrect form and the correct one are put after the error tag because sometimes the error covers more than one token. So the final form of the annotated file will be like this. Another method of error tagging which is supported by Sketch Engine is this. We can see here the difference between this and the previous one is the way of error annotation. The error here is surrounded by XML tags specifying the beginning and the end of the error form. The correct form also has similar tags. This method also sorts errors that cover more than one token, as we can see in the second example. So the question here is, what is the practical difference in terms of corpus analysis between these two methods of error annotation? Let's take this example. When we want to search for the error type ألف فارقة that occurred in tokens with specific grammatical function, which is subject of a verb, we can use the following query, which will look like this in Sketch Engine. And the result will be something like this. Such combination between error tags and other tags like lemma, part of speech, grammatical functions, cannot be used in Sketch Engine with the second method of error annotation. At the end of this section, I would like to mention that I've developed a second version of the tagset of Arabic errors, a draft of the error tagging manual, a method and form for the error tagset evaluation, which will be conducted in the next few weeks. After exploring the corpus design, content, and annotation, we can now talk about its potential uses. The first use is contrastive interlanguage analysis. This is still one of the most frequently used approaches for analyzing learner corpus, as it enables researchers to observe a wide range of instances of underuse, overuse, and misuse of various aspects of the learner language. It is also used to understand the interlanguage errors caused by first language transfer and overgeneralization of first language roles. As we may know, this type of analysis usually compares two groups of learners' production based on some features like nativeness. Also, two subgroups of non-native learners based on their first languages can be compared. The metadata of the Arabic Learner Corpus provide users with a range of features for contrastive interlanguage analysis. So, the user can use the learner features like age, gender, mother tongue, nativeness, etc., or the text features like genre, place of writing, references used, mode of materials, etc., in order to do the contrastive interlanguage analysis. The second use is learner dictionary making. The Arabic Learner Corpus can be used to compile or improve learner dictionary contents, particularly by identifying the most common errors learners make, and then provide dictionary users with warnings against these errors at the end of entries. This is an example of common error warning in the entry mind of the Longman exam dictionary. Also, a specific dictionary like this can be made for common errors in order to help learners to identify and avoid these language mistakes. The third use is second language acquisition. The Arabic Learner Corpus consists of data from different levels of study and can be used as a resource for measuring the extent to which learners can improve their performance in various aspects of the target language. The number and the nature of these errors can give some insights about second language acquisition of the learners. The fourth use is designing or selecting pedagogical materials. The Arabic Learner Corpus can be used for creating instructional teaching materials that focus on specific language aspects based on the corpus analysis. It also can be useful for selecting the most appropriate textbooks which match the learner's level and in line with their linguistic strengths and weaknesses. For example, by analyzing 10% of the corpus, it can be obvious that punctuation requires more focus in the teaching materials. Finally, the Arabic Learner Corpus contains handwritten essays along with their transcriptions. They can be used as a training dataset in research on optical character recognition. This can be performed in the natural language processing domain. The next step is to expand the corpus size to include 200,000 words. In addition to the current contributors, more learners will contribute to the corpus from university level and also female learners. Additionally, spoken materials will be added from short interviews and presentations. Thank you for your listening, and more details can be found on these links.